Greetings, I'm Sophis, and today I just want to do something a little different from Age of Wonders, and just kind of showcase a game that I've been playing in sort of my off time when I'm kind of feeling a little burnt out or I don't have a lot of time for a strategy game, playing a full match or a campaign. I kind of like more arcadey games, and this one really is really satisfying as one because you have a lot of combinations and builds that you can do that I find very interesting because it kind of reminds me in a sort of a way of Age of Wonders. So, yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of cities and things you can pull off, and their sizes vary. What you do varies a lot. What you can kind of do with the cities. So, yeah, I just want to play, a pretty basic match. Just do a combo that I kind of like, and I'm gonna go for not the full, the hardest difficulty, but expert is pretty good. I think this one is a little more annoying to do whilst narrating stuff and just playing around. And since I kind of just want to showcase, I want to go for expert because I think it would be a little annoying to just lose the run in the middle while I'm narrating and trying to explain stuff. So, yeah, expert I think is challenge enough for the purpose of this. I mean, you can always make it harder with extra challenges, which is I appreciate for this game because even at normal difficulty, you can add all of these modifiers. You can make it pretty tough for yourself and there is meta progression, so eventually you will get quite good. I mean, you'll have a lot of modifiers that make your city, your hero, and all that stronger. So eventually, I think even nightmare difficulty will be a walk in the park. I mean, I've played it plenty, but I do think I still haven't played enough that that difficulty is a pushover, at least, while I'm narrating stuff. Um, Actually, we could go for a minion strategy. That would be fun. It's not super reliable, but since this hero is really about gathering stuff, might as well, And in this difficulty, every little bit of uh, help counts because you can end up uh, kind of surprised and caught off guard by the amount of enemies that suddenly appear on screen. I mean, it's pretty fun. I like the concept of you just building a city and trying to defend it, and also having the hero gameplay. I think it's pretty uh, fun overall. I'm gonna go for this. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna go for this and then this. I usually like to make the front of my city more economical and the back more military because usually the enemies are coming out from the back. And yeah, you still get some enemies up front, and usually that's where my builds struggle with the most. But most of the time, your enemy is behind you, not in front of you. Sometimes they come to flank from the side, so it varies with the whole scenario and uh, how you're playing. Oh, I don't have any more golds. Oh, shame. So yeah, and there's for an arcade style game, I say there's plenty of technical depth to it. Skill and resource management, which I do quite enjoy because you still get to play, a quick match and enjoy it, but you also have the fun of, you know, having a lot of strategic thinking being rewarded. Oh, I do think, yes, this would be very good. Uh, I'm gonna try and get more turrets because damage is pretty important. yeah, I need more turrets. I mean, getting a good economy is nice and all, and of course, eventually I would get a ton of turrets, but first and foremost, I need the turrets to keep that very economical city alive for starters. So it's a balancing act, and also how far you kind of risk your armies. Risk your hero going and into the, yeah, basically enemy armies and blobs, and trying to get resources. Because if you do die with your hero, you kind of have to deal with the fact that your hero will get a tombstone and occupy part of your city. In some cities, that is a lot more disruptive than it is, with a. Oh, oh, this. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that. Um, so yeah, um, basically, when you die, you occupy one of the squares, and in bigger cities, that's a much bigger problem. I mean, in the bigger cities, is much smaller problem than smaller cities, and there's also the mirror city where that kind of tombstone would be quite a bit of a bother. So, oh yeah, I think a little bit of fire damage would go well here, and since I'm going with the minions, healing them would help. Uh, oh, I do have quite a bit of uh, resources now, so I think I can spend a little bit. Yeah. Um, oh, I know I can. You can upgrade to a certain level the towers by getting duplicates, but at this moment, I kind of want a more volume, more shots than more damage. I think I'll. Mm, no, I don't think I'll go for the stone for now. I think I'm better off than I would be in higher difficulty, so I'm gonna hold back on that. And uh, yeah, we'll go for that. I don't like the cities too asymmetric, but in this case, I think it's more beneficial than not. And see, the enemy's coming up from the side, and if they catch you unprepared, they can do a lot of damage to your city. But yeah, the majority of the enemy horde is going to be behind you, not in front. Yeah, I think this run has gone, at least so far, far better than what I would usually deal with in Nightmare difficulty. I mean, this is almost feeling easy comparatively, because by now it would be a 50-50 chance of my city being in a very poor situation and potentially having almost lost the run. Because later on, when I leave this rest area, there's going to be a bunch of enemies just waiting for me. So it can really end your run, right at the start. So yeah, you got to be very careful with what you do and where you're going in higher difficulties. I'm gonna go for lumber, even though my stone reserves aren't that big. They're still reserves, so I would prefer the lumber because this city benefits a lot more from lumber. I get more gold if I increase its lumber level. So yeah, all I have to do is survive, and these rest stop challenges they vary with the kind of enemies that you're dealing with, and it can be very overwhelming. Thankfully for this one, the rotating saw, which isn't that stellar a weapon, is pretty good against this because I'm dealing with a large volume of weak enemies. So I'm of course taking damage, and it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than some of the challenges you have to contend with. I mean, if you're careless, you this can still get away from you, but overall, I think I was lucky to have a weak but area damage kind of thing going on. Oh, I do have quite a few explosive turrets, so this would benefit quite a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Upgrade the cannon to the max level. And oh, I could upgrade the minions or get. I think I'll get another saw because with the city being this slim, this will cut at least any tree in front of the city. So overall, it's gonna make me worry less and let me venture further. Oh, I forgot to grab that upgrade there. Uh, I was so busy talking and explaining things that I completely missed a free upgrade. No, but that's fair enough. Yeah, a little bit of extra challenge. I mean, it wasn't that huge of a loss, but it's still gonna sting because depending on the things being offered, that upgrade could have made quite a bit of difference. Now, yeah, more resource trail. That's always good for this kind of build, at least. This doesn't matter as much. These compasses are more for the meta progression, but I'm still getting it just in case things aren't that dire that I have to ignore them. But I am trying primarily to get lumber because with this city, that means a lot more buildings, a lot more gold to buy the buildings with. It lets you snowball more and yeah, just overall get more stuff because as you saw, the rerolls kind of add up and they get expensive. So the more lumber I can get, the better. I mean, experience also matters, but not as much. Okay. Yeah, at this point, I can start upgrading. I mean, I guess I do have a kind of fire and ice combo here, so might as well. Oh, and I have quite a bit of gold actually, so I shouldn't worry too much. Yeah, explosion kills. Wow, I'm actually getting quite a bit of overall synergy here. Uh, I'm usually not this lucky with the upgrades at hand, but I'm not complaining. I'm happy. Yeah. Oh, I only unlocked the minion and the wood synergy so far. I was hoping to get more here, but yeah. Let's just see if there's anything else I can get. Uh, no, no, no. I think I'm gonna save my money for the time being and just wait for the next level up. Yeah, more collection range. That's good. I shouldn't be going that far. There's a little bit of pressure in the mechanic of this game with the ever encroaching, this kind of wall of death, and you kind of have to keep running. And it can get very scary when you let your city get stuck because it really creeps up on you. Sometimes you're just a little bit ahead of it, and you can lose just from letting your city get stuck. Reach building. Oh, this is very, very good. I'm being. I think this is a little bit of uh, luck just because I'm recording this. I don't get these many epic upgrades in my usual runs. This is being very favorable to this kind of build where I have a lot of towers and I can keep growing. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think I'll completely snowball. I might, but this is certainly helping the difficulty of, expert difficulty be overcome with a little more ease. Oh, this I do like for this kind of city. These turrets are pretty great because they scale off of money, and you usually have quite a bit of money in the bank when you're running this city. I do like a little bit of extra explosions. This would have been a lot better there, but I mean, I could replace it, but the extra damage really is really nice. I think I'll play it risky and start building up. Uh, eh, yeah, I think I'll do something here and put some turrets here. So yeah, this it's a little asymmetric, and I'm not a big fan, but it will pay off in the long run. Yeah, I think it's getting a little too expensive now with the reroll, so I'll just take that level up and go with it. Can I get, yeah, a little bit more resources before I close the gate? I'm playing a little greedy, but it pays off to have that little bit of greed because it's a small amount, but it's an amount that adds up. See, got a whole other level up before the gates closed. Now, uh, sure, let's go with that. And as a side note, if this recording has a little bit of noise uh, beyond my voice, I apologize. But I had to record on a fairly noisy day, which I tend to avoid where I live. But it sometimes happens. I will try to edit out as much as possible of the noise, but if it's inevitable, I'll just have to keep it in. Okay, now, oh, before I forget, unlike the other stop, uh, okay, well, this is tempting, but it will make every minion burn. It will, hmm, yeah, extra attack speed. I'll risk it. They're gonna be more fragile, but I think it's worth it. Extra shard damage. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that and upgrade this. I'm out of gold. Yeah, I think I'll prefer gold to treasure, uh, solely because of that tower, because it would help cover more of my base. I mean, especially now that the minions are burning, I think it's overall a good idea to have something to heal them more reliably. Oof, this. Oh, okay, I might lose this one just because of the terrain being very obnoxious to navigate. This isn't ideal, but I think I can outmaneuver. Oh no, I couldn't. Yeah, I got stuck. And here's what happens. You lose a slot, but yeah, it happens. Nothing I could do. Well, I tried getting that extra gold, but now I have to be very careful. I don't want my city to get too damaged because my stone reserves weren't that great. Yeah. I should have upgraded my hero's weapons a little further. I mean, I guess that's the overall uh, trade that I've made for getting all the nice upgrades is that I didn't get as good stuff for my hero because it's kind of a balancing act, really. I'm gonna go for a little more. Yeah, a little more of that and try to clear the path as much as I can. There's these new With this new update, there's these vehicles, and I think they're all right, but they kind of distract you from your other goals. So, I mean, they can be useful to wipe a mob. If I had aimed it a little better, I think it would have done a lot more damage than what it did. But yeah, it still did plenty. Helped damage the resources, so it was easier to collect. I mean, it's a nice little power up to randomize things a bit. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna try and get this gold because really gold sustains our this whole build, even though lumber is a little more valuable due to the levels. I'm gonna go for this, and sure, a little faster harvesting speed. Oh, this is I've been getting quite a lot of good minion stuff, thankfully. Sure, let's go for that. And see, I ended up getting it anyway. So I'm yeah, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk it. And yeah, this will cement the minion strategy pretty well, I think. Yeah. Now back to getting more lumber. I mean, the hero might not be as strong, but the city is definitely pulling its weight. It's just a shame because with the hero not doing as well, it does block me from doing certain things. Like that circle over there. If I had a little more personal power, I could have probably at least broken through enough to occupy it. But yeah, I shouldn't spend too much time thinking about it because then I won't have time for the resources down here. Okay, I think, yeah, I think this is going pretty well for this sort of run. Um, yeah, okay, plenty of lumber. I mean, something that also facilitates this particular strategy is this map does have quite a lot of lumber. Some maps are far less forgiving in that aspect. So this build works better in this particular map, I would say. Um, yeah, add a cannon here. I mean, we're way past the point where I'm trying to be symmetrical, and anything we get helps. Yeah, worker to help us out, to collect resources, and yeah, might as well have another tower just to deal damage. I can reroll again, I think, fairly safely. Okay, finish upgrading this tower. Yeah, and since our minions are taking damage, might as well make them spawn stone. Other than that, yeah, a little extra firepower for the front. And I think that's it because otherwise I'm just burning through gold that could be otherwise saved and not spent on increasingly expensive rerolls. Okay, we're almost to this rest stop. There's not a lot of lumber that I can collect here, but yeah, I'm still gonna try and get what little I can. Wow, yeah, the towers really are doing a number, far more than the hero is. For this difficulty, it's really keeping them at bay. I'm gonna go with yeah, more damage, please. Uh, okay, final upgrade to this turret. Another upgrade to this. Yeah, let's keep going with that. And sure, another gold-based turret and upgrade this. And yeah, I'm pretty much out of money. I'm just gonna grab this and yeah, I'm gonna try and get this one. Hopefully we're not dealing with spider again. I mean, we are dealing with these tree enemies which are very annoying for. Okay, I don't think I'll make it this time either. Yeah, comparatively to the city, the hero is very weak. Uh, but I'm not going to. Uh, I was going to say that I was not going to bail, but yeah, had to anyway. Yeah, the hero ended up fairly weak compared to the rest of the city. I should just stick close and let it do its thing. But ooh, it took quite a lot of damage to do it. And right before we fight the final boss, so we'll see what happens. I hope that wasn't a run killer, but I guess we'll see. Because depending on the boss, that will also affect things quite a bit. Oh no, we're fighting the spider boss. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Yeah, she can be oh, very annoying to deal with. So I'll have to try and avoid going right into the city because she does shoot a projectile aimed at you, and the last thing I want is the city taking collateral damage from all of that. Well, we did level up midway through, so maybe I can get a few more things to really damage the brood mother. Okay, not lot of turrets, but still good enough. Yeah, that's the best I could do. Oh, yeah, the city is actually doing an amazing job at taking her down, especially now that she's closer to the back turrets. But still have to be careful. I mean, this is the sort of game where even though you beat the final boss of the map, you can still lose the run with the stuff that comes after. So have to be real extra careful with this, so I don't fumble this whole run. Uh, being arrogant about it. I mean, the worst has passed, but there's still a small chance that an ambush or something might get my city before I'm done with this run. Okay. Yeah. The enemies are bunching up quite a bit, but yeah, I think we're safe. I'm gonna play it careful here. Try and lead some of them away because the big ones in particular can deal quite a bit of damage. But I'm also pretty squishy compared to the city, so I can't take too big a risk or I'll just be filling the city with uh, more mausoleums or monuments. Yeah, I think, yeah, this is pretty much the finish line. I just have to make sure they don't overrun the city. I think yeah, I think nobody else will come from the side, so we're we're safe. I think the match's been won. Now it's pretty much just watching the final wave of enemies get completely torched by the city. Yeah, this went particularly well, which isn't usual. And as you saw, I mean, at least as sort of a trade-off, my hero wasn't that strong. So, yeah, and yeah, this is pretty much what a match of this game looks like. Just you know, you get your city and you get a little more progression, and then you can spend these points to get more progression, more upgrades. So yeah, it's pretty fun. I mean, the variety that you get with your between the heroes and the city combos that you can do, I quite enjoy. I mean, there's a lot of them, and there's even more. I didn't get the DLC yet, but there's a DLC out. But with the non DLC stuff, I'm having quite a bit of fun, and there's more if I want to play other stuff. I mean, you can do all kinds of combinations, and I mean, this combo is one I particularly like, but I'm sure there's better ones, and there's something here for anyone that enjoys this kind of more arcadey game. So that's kind of what I wanted to show to you today. Just a quick little match, just showing off this game and talking about something a little different from Age of Wonders. If you'd like to see me playing more of this, or if you want to see me playing more arcade games and that sort of thing, do tell me. Thank you, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.